Why do you guys ask like the same questions over and over and over? It's so funny. But okay, so I just gonna like chit chat. I don't have like a ton of stuff to say, and I think I left my phone downstairs. Oh no, I didn't. So stupid. Here's my phone, it's right here. Hey Gigi, do you remember these? Do you remember these, Gigi? I think it's so hard to remember, but I think Gigi found these first and like she posted it, and then I bought a bunch of different ones. I lost some in the fire, but I still have this one. It was so long ago because I was looking for like a really cute notebook, and I still love it. Isn't it pretty? Like the gold and like the blue is sort of like Gigi and my aesthetic, like shared aesthetic. We love that kind of shit. There's this um, there's a musée in Paris um, that has this aesthetic in the paintings on in the actual musée. I think that's how you say museum in French. And so the ceiling is painted like with all of these dark blue skies with all of these like gold and yellow accents and stuff on uh the ceiling, and it's so gorgeous. I think it's called the Little Museum, La Petite or something like that. Let me see. Oh, Petite. I know I'm going to say it wrong. Petite Palais. Petite Palais. Why when I fucking I don't want it in the fucking guides. I want the fucking Okay, there it is. Yes, that's a Petite Palais, Small Palace. I want this one. I want this one as there's a fucking like I think there's like literally like a Castle Alyssa in Paris that Macron wanted to give me, but this one is literally my favorite, the Petite Palais. It's literally my fave. Like, look at this shit. It's fucking badass. I mean, it's just so fucking rad. It's so beautiful. I'm trying to find the inlays for you, but it's just pictures of the outside. But yeah, it has like this whole terranium section here, this section here. See how it's a terranium? And then like you walk in this part here, and then the ceiling in that part is all this aesthetic, which is like Gigi and my is like go to aesthetic. It's like all that. It's fucking gorgeous. Um, can you two get out of our lives, please? No, Julia Fox, I don't think Gigi and I can get out of your life. Like, I think you can get out of our life, though. I think Julia Fox can get out of Gigi and Lissa's life. Yes, I do. I have to be a little quiet because my mom's still sleepy. I mean, it's 9 in the morning. Like, don't you have like a job to be at today, Rita? I mean, look at this, guys. That's my house, guys. That's literally my house. That's legit my house. And you're telling me to get out of your life? Like, that's where I live. By the way, 3D is an illusion. The 3D matrix is an illusion. I've seen the sky turn into a fucking freeway, okay? The sky is a freeway for spacemen. And they could be your husbands, but you're kind of a bitch, so I don't think he's gonna like you. So I think you're gonna be single forever. That's my fucking house, okay? So eat it. Let me see if I can find the other one that Macron was talking about. Mm, it's something like really close to my name, like Elise Palais, maybe. Oh, there it is. Elise, and it's also in Paris. Oh wait, is it across the street? It might be the one across the street because there's Petite Palais and then there's I'm not sure, but the oh look, the freaking architect is Etienne. My mic, that's my mic. Anyway, I know it's called Elise, but my favorite is Petite Palais. It's like I just told you why. It's my favorite. It's so beautiful. So that is my Paris residence. Okay. So if you go to Petite Palais to check out Alyssa's residence, you will probably be completely attacked by demons and reptilians, and they will probably be screaming at you to get the hell out of my house. Yes, they will be. Okay. I mean, you're literally trespassing on the princess's estate. Okay. I don't really understand why they kick like literally everyone out of their house, like literally everyone. Like, don't I like some people in their house, but like I guess it's like it's not really Paris Hilton's house until she acknowledges that she got her money from the queen, me, you know? So I guess that's why everybody gets kicked out of their house. Because it's my planet, it's my universe. So I guess that makes sense. Oh my God. I did feel like, okay, actually, I did feel my husband with me last night, and I felt so it's like at the same time that I felt like my husband with me, I then felt like my brain's being eaten because I am eating myself at the end of the day, and I know like it's just like easier for you guys to understand it when I say stuff like that. It's like you can't understand that like the game has a brain of its own and it like literally does not want to fit into itself, Alyssa, and like you just literally will not leave us alone. I'm pretty sure that's because you're incorrect, okay, Miss Julia Fox, and please don't make me talk to you anymore because your face is literally hideous to look at, okay? Like you're literally hideous to look at. Yes, you are, and you also have like the worst fashion sense ever. Like you're not the woman of the moment. You're literally nothing. You never were anything. You know, you're just like this fake, you know, hi, I dated Kanye West and I became famous. Like I already gave you your 15 minutes of fame and gave you your rundown, and like I don't think you deserve any of my attention anymore. Like I just think girls like her are just like really fucking hideous. Like that whole genre of women is just like they're just like hideous on like so many levels. Like, hi, my entire reality is just based on like mundane 3Dness. Like, I can't think of like a more basic bitch than people like Julia Fox. Like, my entire existence has to do with Be 3D, being 3D rich. Like, that's the only thing I care about is being 3D rich. Like, that's like literally, like, I am such a saint because, like, I helped you get a job and, like, you're just like a commoner, even though, like, you have the most beautiful energy in the world. Like, I love your energy, Alyssa, but, like, in the 3D universe, like, money is king here. And I'll do my best to help you get a job, but because like I know you're like a very special like ascended master or something. So it's like my duty to help you. But like other than that, I don't think we have a lot in common because like here we really care about like who you're dating, like how much money did you make this year, like where do you live, like you know, how cool are your outfits? Even though like I like steal all of my style from you. Um, and like my guides call you the princess or whatever, but just like I'm not ready and willing to admit that, Alyssa. Okay. So, um, um, that's Julia Fox and her lip injections, by the way. Okay. Thinking about something very intently. Alyssa, it is too early to make your mother laugh this morning. I need to focus and be ready for work. And I cannot spend all day laughing with my funny little child, okay? And apparently that's my husband right now, so that's where we're at. Good job, reptilians. You're all like, you're all gooed up. Good for you, reptilians. Way to go. I guess that's why we had to hire the Palladians. um, so let me see. So anyway, yeah, those are my palaces in France. I have Saint Michel, uh, Mont Saint Michel, and I have Petit Palais. Okay, those are my residences, and in France in particular, I picked them out when I went there. Okay, that's why they're my residences. Those are my residences. Okay, I picked them out when I went there. I didn't. I went to the Vatican in Rome. It's very nice. I mean, I guess that could be my. Actually, there was part to the Vatican, which is like, my voice is like really getting on my nerves. It's like so raspy right now. I know, like, that's like another 3D Julia Fox trait, and I'm probably eating the fuck out of her right now and her crew because, like, I literally cannot stand those types of women. But I think they're like the Lemuria tribe. They're like, we're from the land of white sand beaches and single moms and sons, or single moms and daughters. And we just talk shit about men all day long and like literally never drink, never smoke, never enjoy life at ever. I just eat carrot sticks and I do not eat the tiny little carrot knobs. Okay, those are like GMO certified. You have got to get the big organic long carrots, okay, that are grown from the ground and like you literally see them get picked out of the fucking ground when you buy them. Okay, Becky, if I do not see you pick them out of the goddamn motherfucking ground, I will not come back to your stand one more fucking time. Becky, this is the last time you give me day old carrots. Do you hear me? I'm so fucking serious. My bushel of carrots, I want to watch you pull them out of the ground, Becky. That is not too much to ask for. This is Portland, Oregon. Okay? Like, so fucking rude. I want my organic, I want to know that my carrots are organic. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like I'll get like a bushel of carrots and then like I try to eat them with the dirt on them. Like I just do like a white, like for me, literally, like I just do like a light rinse of. That's just for me. I know that like some of you guys like to peel your carrots because like you can't stand the taste of dirt, and like I totally get that. But in Lemuria, you kind of get used to it and like you bring those memories with you back into 3D society. Okay, so let's like get a life. I am shamanic AF. Anyway, so I try to keep a little bit of that like grounding on my grounding veggies that like I literally eat all day long. Like I will eat a bushel of carrots literally all day long. And I forgot to tell you guys why I was telling you my homogeneous diet. Was I practicing for my Vogue interview just then? I literally lost my train of thought. You guys, what planet am I on? Okay, so like I love in the past how like it would have been like 16 minutes, cool, like good enough. Like there you go. There you go, boyfriends of the universe. Like that's enough content for you today. Now I'm just like I'll just let it flow for like at least 30 minutes. Like give them a good 30 minutes, you know, Alyssa, like give them a good 30 minutes of like content to like help them through the day. Like I've changed so much this year. I'm just I'm just so proud of myself this year, guys. Like, can I tell you, I feel like this is I feel like this is like the year of growth and like knowing thyself. And where, oh my God, you want to know exactly where I get my bushel of carrots from? Of course you would, Becky. You are such the fucking copycat bitch that you are. Of course you would fucking want to know. You know what? I can't remember right now, but when I do remember, I'll text you. Okay. It's not a problem. I love to give you all my secrets, Becky. Fucking bitch. No, 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 no. Like, these are the best carrots ever. You're gonna die. You're literally gonna die when you have these carrots, and I will text you as soon as I remember. And just, there's like a few that I go to, and like, I'm trying to remember the one that I'm like specifically talking about. And I can't do that right now because like I'm really overwhelmed because Tom's house got broken into, Becky. But like, I really do want to remember that for you. Okay. So, just gives amends to thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. I don't think Julia talks like that. I think that's Scare Jacket. What? This is Litz, what Gigi and I have to deal with like all day long, guys. Okay, like guy group. This is legit what Gigi and I have to deal with literally all day long. Okay, so I have to give you a little taste to let you know what we're dealing with on like a daily basis. Okay, like have some compassion for us, please. Um, what? I mean, I don't understand. Maybe that's a question for PKA Twigs. Love her music, by the way. Really want to like get to a show with her and maybe like could I be her stylist? Or I feel like I would be like a really good stylist or like PKA Twigs. Like you always have to be thinking like how can I collaborate with this fellow piece of trash and like just kind of go with it. You know what I mean? We know it's Alyssa's world, but like it's the least we can do for her is like think about how we can collaborate together. I think that's like the most important key, financial key to success in the 3D world is how can I collaborate with my neighbor that's in 3D? I'm in 1D. I was like laughing when I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing because that's like so rude, but like I was sort of laughing when Liam Payne passed away because like 1D, like that's my apartment number, 1D. I know, it's terrible. I was just laughing to myself. Don't tell anybody, okay? Because I will like be banned from my fruit stand forever and I'll never see those carrots again. It's tragic what happened to him. It's tragic. And I just feel so bad for Zayn Malik. Like, what is he gonna do with his life now? Like, aren't they like best friends? Like, can you imagine? I'm just, it's just awful. It's awful. Like, what is this world coming to? I just I just don't even know where to turn to anymore. Like it really reminded me of like when my friend OD'd 20 years ago, you know? Like I'm not like I don't mean to make this about me or anything, but it really just brought up like a lot of those feelings from like 20 years ago when I was just like I'm never going to be the same. I'm never going to recover from this. Like why? You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to like make this all about me, but like, I couldn't work for a year. And like, this just brought up all of those feelings with Liam Payne. And I'm just like, is this going to affect my career again? Like, when does it end, Becky? When does it end? Like, I feel like this is going to really affect my career, okay? I get like, I have like so much empathy. I can't like really deal with this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, my empathy is like, it's really different than than most humans, okay? Like, I like care, okay? Like it really like affects me and like I feel like I can't like work. Like what if this affects my career, Becky? You know what I mean? Like I literally cannot have anybody die around me like ever. Okay? Because like it affects my career. Okay? And like I can't have things affect my career, Becky. And I never recovered. 20 years, Becky. 20 years, Becky. I never recovered. Never. And now I have to go through it again. I know I never met him, but like I have like a friend of a friend of a friend that like met him at a party once and like I heard he was like the sweetest guy ever and I just keep thinking about Zayn. I keep thinking about Zayn. Like what the fuck is Zayn gonna do? Like I can't help it, Becky. It's my empathy and like I keep putting myself in Zayn's shoes and I'm just like I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I sound like a crazy person, but like, I feel like, like, do I want to get coffee, Becky? Like, of course I want to get coffee. Like, hang on and like, let me take a shower first, okay? You guys, but like, what if like this? What if like that, guys? What if like that? What do you guys think? Is it worth it? What do you guys think? You guys like, I just want to know if I should get lip injections or not. Do you like? Do you like? What if that? What about like the fox thing? Should I get the fox thing, guys? I think my best friend Bella Hadid got it. Like, it's not like unheard of. You just like get like this part like pulled like up. Like you just get like this whole thing and it's sort of like just like pulled like up like that. Like what do you guys think? Like you like the subtle one better, like a little more subtle. I mean, but if I'm gonna do it, like I might as well do it. Like I don't know if I want to do it subtly. If I'm gonna spend that money and like be in the chair, like have you ever had a plastic surgery procedure? No, you haven't, have you? Like when you're there and when you're in the chair, you're just like fucking go for it, okay? Like I'm not gonna do it subtly. Are you fucking kidding me, Becky? Like get a fucking life. Like it's gonna be noticeable. Like otherwise, why am I getting surgery? What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like what do you guys think? Should I goes, fours, it? Did I eat my bushel of carrots today, Becky? What do you think? Okay, it's 9 in the morning. It's 9 in the morning. I know I told you I would get you the place last week, Becky, but I have been really fucking busy. Didn't I tell you Tom's house has been broken into? My God, you're such a bitch, Becky. Why don't you just like take your son and like take him to the goddamn fucking park and leave me alone? Does Alyssa live in a Manhattan apartment with her small child and have other moms that have small children, other mom friends with small children? I don't think so. Because I feel like she's in. Jake, can I just ask you a question? Because I legit feel like she's in my friend group like every day. Like, how does she do that, Jake? Like, how is she doing this? Jake's like, I don't know. I gotta go. Jake, you're like really good friends with like the princess, right? I've heard you guys like talk before. Like I heard you guys have like late night. I'm sorry, I'm like not trying to listen in, but like you know how telepathy is, and I've heard you and the princess have like 4 a.m. conversations before and stuff. And like congrats on like, being in her court or whatever, like totes not gel. But anyway, I was just wondering, like, does she live in Manhattan now? Oh my God. I had a dream last night where I was with a conglomerate husband. Like it was definitely not Hayden's face. It was definitely not Tom's face. I think it was like a conglomerate of all of their faces. Sort of like a Scanner Darkly where it's like that. And he had bright red hair and he was just holding me and he was like crying his eyes out, being like, I want to hold my wife. And it was like so fucking sad. And I woke up. It was like, it made me think of Hayden. So I went and looked at like one of Hayden's interviews to see if he was okay. I mean, clearly we want to move on and be together and live in Petit Palais. But we have to clear the field now. Anyway, I think that was my only dream last night that I remember. I slept. Because Anna Wintour came forward yesterday and she is one of the head reptilians of Antarctica. And it made me feel so much better about everything that I could sleep. I could sleep through the night. And that's a really good thing when you guys come forward and stand up for me. Not that I don't mind the space drugs, freaking love the space drugs, but see, they went off last night, and well, they went off after she stood up for me. Maybe they were released from that conversation, but I slept all the way through the night last night. I didn't get up once. I didn't sit up in my bed once. And so I think that her standing up for me made a difference in my sleep last night. So I'm saying that not to thank her. I'm saying that to help you guys have confidence to come forward is why I'm literally saying that, okay? So, because I can't be having my grandma lose momentum right now because anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now, but just know that I love my grandmoms very much and they are very much in line with me. And there's not just the two that passed on. Well, there's, the three counting Queen Elizabeth. She was like my grandmom Janello, who's Irish, like my daddy. So, but there's like a whole bunch of them. And the great part about the bifurcation process and like the becoming real process is that they don't have to all be the same reptilian anymore. They get to have their own like personalities and be their own selves, just like planet Earth. And that's sort of why I don't want to shoot. Anna Winter is more like my grandmom Janello than Peggy Carter. Um, but that's what I'm saying. Like the bifurcation process and like the becoming real process is like you get to actually own your personality like humans did. And I think that's very, very cool. Of course, we can like switch bodies and do all that fun stuff and everything. And it's just a DNA code, like I mentioned. But you like still like if Bucky, like if Hayden and Bucky start switching back and forth in the same body, they have different personalities, right? So it's like that Bucky would come through with his personality and he would be different than Hayden. So yeah. I was gonna say how I got that job last year at Jockey and Kenosha, and like I, you know, didn't know the area. It's like really Kenosha's like close to like Milwaukee and Chicago. And Milwaukee and Chicago, it's like in between or whatever. It's like this small town. It kind of reminded me of Burlington, of my hometown. And that's why I was like, okay, I'll probably feel comfortable there because it's like my hometown. And it's like an hour away from Chicago, and Burlington's like an hour away from New York, and it's close to Philly. So it's like, I felt like it was similar. So I couldn't find it. I lived out in a hotel room for a while and I couldn't find an apartment. And I kind of just like, okay, so I was moving to Kenosha. So I asked them, I was like, is it cheaper in Kenosha than it is in Los Angeles? Like when I was interviewing there, because I was taking a pay cut just to take like I just wanted, I'm not going to get into the details, but like I just wanted to like kind of work again to see some stuff. And so I was taking a pay cut for this position. And so I wanted to make sure that like the affordability, I'm like moving like across country from Los Angeles to Bumblefuck, Wisconsin. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to say Chicago. Why the fuck would I say Chicago? And if it was Chicago, I wouldn't say like, oh, it's cheaper, right? So so I was like, is Kenosha cheaper than Los Angeles, to like my recruiter and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, it's like a lot cheaper. And I was like, okay. And I was like, the salary, is that comparable to like getting like a 1 bedroom apartment, like something I can afford? And she was like, it's very affordable here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then there was like a move fee as well that they were giving me. And, um, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I trust the company that like this is like a decent amount of money that I'll be able to support myself with. And anyway, I didn't find an apartment for a while and I was just living out of a hotel, which like was extremely expensive and like was making me go broke. And they were like pushing me to move into like an apartment. So like right there, like felt pressured and weird. And I was also looking for like an Airbnb so I could like take my time and like finding an apartment and stuff. But like they just like, it just was like really weird and really rushed and really pressurized and stuff. And so it's like, okay, let me like trust these people that like they know what they're talking about and like trust the recommendations. And they're like, there's this apartment complex here and there's this apartment complex here. And they seem to be like really good apartment complexes and blah, blah, blah. And so I like went and checked them and one was cheaper, but they didn't have any availability. And that was the one I wanted. And so I had to go with the one that was like more expensive. And it was like a 1 bedroom, but I was like, okay, like I should be able to afford it with my salary. Like a paycheck, like it basically like took like all of my paycheck and like I had to like scrimp and save every month for rent. And like I had to like really watch like what I bought. And I could basically just get the basics. And I'm not joking. Like I had this beautiful like luxury 1 bedroom apartment and I couldn't even afford to like go shopping and like furnish it. Like I had like the bare minimum and of like furniture. I had the bare minimum of furniture. Oh my God. Couldn't afford like I just had like a basic setup of like a couch, a TV, just like a couple of pieces of furniture and like my bedroom was like bare. Like I mean little I couldn't even like I had like two huge closets, so I had like tons of space for clothes. So but I didn't have any money to buy clothes. So I was like, what am I going to buy a bureau for if I don't even have money to buy clothes? So I didn't buy a bureau, so my bedroom is completely bare. I just bought a futon to sleep on. Like I bought like a Japanese futon, which I didn't mind at first because I was like, I kind of want to like pretend I'm living in Japan in Tokyo. So I bought like an authentic Japanese um like futon or whatever. and I wanted to like deck it out and like make it like really like authentic Japanese bedroom, but like I couldn't um like afford I couldn't like afford to like deck it out and make it like an official like Japanese bedroom like I wanted to make it. And like that's how I lived all year last year. And so I was like barely making it, you know, and I like obviously I talked to the company about it. And I told them the truth. I was like, I'm barely making it. Like and like they were gonna like raise rent, right? Like, you know, like it's normal to like raise rent every year. But I was like, what if, and I was like, is there a pay raise? And they're like, there is pay raises and there are bonuses, but they don't happen every year. And like, we don't want to promise you anything. And I was just like, okay, like, this is crazy. Like, I'm literally losing money to like work for you out here, you know? And I was completely dead honest with them. And I was like, can you guys work with me like on this? Like, and they're like, no, this is like totally normal for like people to work under these conditions or whatever. And I was just like, I don't really understand how people like, I guess like they're like expecting two incomes, like a two income family, like a husband and a wife. And it just really like wasn't conducive to like a single white female, you know, like living in Kenosha. And it was just like I said, like I had like a beautiful romantic life last year. Like I was completely guarded by Rion and Brandon Lee, and that part of my life was like perfect. And like controlling the weather out there was also pretty perfect and stuff. So like that stuff, like my obviously like my like you know my my spiritual life like that I brought with me from LA to Kenosha, like that was like all good and perfect, like my mutant abilities and like, you know, my beautiful savior husband, Brandon Lee, that you guys pray to and call Jesus. But like that that was great, but like I was just like I have this beautiful fucking apartment and like I can't even buy like Paris's pink dish like collection to furnish it, and like I couldn't even like play house by myself. Like there was just like, and I like went to like my company and like talked to them. I kept talking to them like I don't know how to fucking like afford this rent increase. Like, and they literally did not give a shit at all. They were just like, we don't care about you, Alyssa. Like we literally do not care about you. So like I was like stuck between a rock and a hard place last year, and I was like, I don't really know what to do, you know? And so like my parents recommended like just quit. They obviously don't care about you at all. Like, what are you doing there? You know, like come home. And so that's basically what I did. But like my parents were just like completely flabbergasted because they're not used to like companies treating me like that. Like, you know, at all. Like they're just literally not used to like companies like treating like bad upper management like really well and like lower management like really bad. And um they're just like, okay, like they don't appreciate you, so like why don't you just have to like move on because um you know, like upper echelon management, like they obviously are treated well there and that's why they stay there, is what I'm saying. But like yeah. So yeah, it was like I was like, I gotta get married and like stay. Like, I gotta get married or I have to like get roommates. Like, there's no way to like afford being like a single 40-year-old woman working at this company. And I just felt like lied to. I just felt completely lied to. I was like, what about all the stuff that you guys said to me when you were recruiting me? And it just like went all out the window. And it's just like, I never had been lied to like that before, guys. I'm serious. Like in a job interview, like that was like a whole can of worms that like I really created a lot of PTSD for me, guys. And I just, the thought of like having to go through that again, and like the thought of like some company lying to me is like giving me like so much PTSD. Like, oh, like, these are our company policies. This is like what your bonus is going to be. Yes, this is affordable for this location. Like, asking all of these like extremely straightforward questions. And like, I'm telling you, like, I couldn't even afford furniture for my apartment. Like, so it's not like I lived like a lavish lifestyle. Like, I never went out during the weekend. And like I said, like, if I didn't have my spiritual life, I probably would have, like, I don't even know what I would have done if I didn't have my spiritual life and my spiritual friends and my spiritually dead husband. I, I don't know what I would have done. Like, I wouldn't have anything. So, and I guess I had other like dead husbands like help, like trying to help me find like an affordable apartment and stuff. But like, I guess like those are like a lot of like high crime areas. And it's like, why do I have to live in a high crime area just to be able to like afford, like, that doesn't like, it doesn't make sense. It's like I should be able to live in like the nice one bedroom apartment and like afford furniture and stuff and like not have to like pull money out of, I lost all of my savings last year because of that move. Um yeah, so like I lost a lot of trust in corporate America last year in general. So